so much. I don't know if you have one piece that you can share with us before you go, but before we get to that, I would like to know what Maverick
social. So I also have a question now. I would say, if you see social media has been consumed by videography.
Yeah.
So like video content. My question is, Maverick, do you actually embark yourself a videographer, being a vlogger online, as doing such tremendous work?
The question is very interesting, and to be quite honest, I'm embarrassed by the fact that you've asked me the question. I'm more embarrassed by the answer because my work is not available online. Video. That's basically where I've been lacking for multiple reasons, but if I'm being honest, it's nothing but excuses. Because alongside publishing, God-eyed photography actually is a what's the word? I forgot the word. But it's a multimedia company, right? So I'm skilled and I do work, freelance work as a videographer, as a photographer. But the main reason why my work is not available in video format is because I am so camera shy.
He's so
I'm literally camera shy.
Right?
So that's the reason. However, I realize, I would say, that's the one thing that I've been slacking on. I look at my brothers, you know what I mean? Like, Uzamo Tof, he wouldn't have been picked up by Intabasi Dubai or Black Diamond if he wasn't on YouTube. You know what I mean? You look at Ukush Mashle, she wouldn't have been discovered had she not been on YouTube. You understand? So, Baning Aband, you know what I mean? Even if we look at like Baning Aband who have been discovered, even Orkant, you know what I mean, musicians who have been discovered either on YouTube or Spotify or you know what I mean, any of the other free websites or free platforms where you can actually be able to publish your work. So that's where I've been slacking. However, I am working on a website. So that should be available. That should go live by April. You know what I mean, God willing. And so that's basically the answer to your question. And just to basically touch on you, Zamandu, with regards to myself, you can actually access me via WhatsApp, right? So my WhatsApp number is 067 041 0889.
0889.
Yeah, so that's my WhatsApp number. If you're going to call me, you can call me on 073 727 1270.
Can I ask this though? I know I'm an artist, I'm a new industry. Whenever we speak of ubudlelwane abasuke benakho nabantu aba-close nabo. Sometimes they are very shy to answer that question. I want to find out, I see no ring in your finger. And I also, I've checked you online, nothing much that speaks about your status. So I'm asking this for someone out there, if ever, like, I would like to have a Maverick Renegade, a Maverick Renegade, but again, on a serious note, you can answer that if you want, but I want to know the importance of when they collab. I also asked Kiboni about this, collab with other artists, a relationship that you build with artists. I believe what you can never go too far. You need a band you can collab with. You need to be seen out there. In order for you need to find a strategy to how you work around your work. Have you ever considered a band that you've worked with or that you're currently working with, pushing something to Ako, or it's something that you're like, no, I'll do this, I'll see as in Kubek is car to work on anything the push
simple answer to your question is I have not worked with as many people as I would love to.
Yeah.
Even the people that I've worked with, most of them angazi ukuthi kwaphelelaphi with our projects that we did together. On that note, shout out to Child all the way out in Newlands West. We did some work together, and there's actually a guy called Utoba Ndlovu. If you ask him, I don't know if we'd still admit this now, but if ever you bumped into him like in Joburg or whatever, because that's where he's based now, he's a teacher. But he's also a very eloquent musician, He was one of the people that I actually started collaborating with like at the very, very start. And when he worked with me, I was the first person that he worked with outside of his bedroom. And now we're talking about a musician here. He has since come out with an EP called Black Moses. You understand? So, by name a band that I want to work with, but it's probably because of finances or whatever. I should be like, hey, listen, Naiman, let's work together. Because this whole thing, you're going to accept, let's work. I say means. So maybe when I'm like, let's work, Naiman, maybe it'll work. But you know what I mean? On that note, shout out Go Nelisa. Anelisa Mapumulu, based in town. Did some work together. Shout out Kush. Shout out Shiwe. You know what I mean? These are all people that I want to work with. Shout out. He recently launched a single. It's called Angin Dao. You know what I mean? Please listen to that. It's available on, you know what I mean, Apple Music. It's available on all the music platforms. Actually, shout out Shiva. Shout out Smart Man Paul. You know what I mean? Shout out Flint Sky. These are all the people that I want to work with or I have worked with. So we're now we ask them.
I'm gonna try and see if there's anyone on WhatsApp, maybe with questions and see what into Ihamba. But so far so good. I'm happy that you're here.
While we wait for that, the title of this poem is unknown, like the name of the country that we all call home. We've indeed heard enough love songs and love poems, yet ironically, we still hurt each other's bones by sticking to the same old and constantly throwing unturned stones at system class homes. We live in constant fear of the unknown and suffer from cognitive dissonance as a whole. But between you and I, the truth is one abyss of a whole. Ever since the day of my birth, I've been swallowed up by the shadow of the sun. So without a shadow of a doubt, I am still being initiated by the truest source of the light. And every night, I gaze upon the luminescent sky, staring straight ahead at the ever-painful sight of the woman drowning on the face of the moon, hoping for a sign so as to make my move. We are unarmed, and yet World War III has long since begun. So before we rise up in arms for World War IV, which will be fought over water, first, let us focus on winning this war. For the land of our forefathers and mothers that was ripped from under their feet in the years of yore, first, let us too be willing to be martyrs. For the truth of the matter is, the 87% of the land that is also rightfully ours is still written with the blood of our ancestors, the names of those who oppress us. And under this banner of free doom, we indeed are still doomed. And Lezilo Zengu was stringing Jacob Zuma like an electric guitar, making him dance to his ever silly tune of Mshiniwam, still repugnantly exploit us. Ask the complacent voters, because that's all we really are. We know there'll be no real change because we are now the headquarters of the enemy's propaganda campaigns. Have we forgotten how our great-greats were slaughtered and gang raped by these swines who then shoved Bible verses down the voice boxes of their rotting corpses, chanting like Neanderthals, repent your pagan and uncivilized ways, Jesus saves. Jesus, the name of the first slave ship that exportedly imported slaves whose fates were not tucked in seabed graves. To the brothers and sisters who call me racist for being unapologetic about my utter disdain and hatred for their masters, I have this to say. I am pro-black till the sepulchre the very same relatives will put me under, while shielding the same lethargic scum injecting poverty, malady, self-hate, crime, and all else I was too shaken to scribe into the bar and the car of their daughters and sons. So long as my people, the black people, still own 13% of the land that we inherited through descent, then we are not free. And there can be no love in my heart. That is a very, 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 very controversial poem.
It is.
The reason why I'm sharing it is because history has a tendency of repeating itself. At the time that I wrote the poem, Jacob Zuma was president, hence the reference. I performed this poem at the biggest poetry stage in Africa, which is Poetry Africa. A South African festival that lasts literally a whole
It's an
week.
annual poetry festival.
Annual poetry festival
Africa.
that sees poets coming from Switzerland, France, Belgium,
Australia.
mingling with South African artists.
You know what? I did perform the Poetry Africa in 2011.
Oh, wait. Oh, shut up, bruh. Yeah, but so, this other poet who also happens to be Jacob Zuma's daughter. I hope I don't get arrested for this, but she was the host of that particular day in Poetry Africa. I think it was back in 2013 or 2012 or something. I did this poem where I'm literally dissing her father in front of her. and she shook my hand after the poem. I was like, okay, cool. We are I. I'm still here. I'm still alive. So we are literally I. But the looting, right, was literally about Jacob Zuma. How it started, and the whole shebang bang was about Jacob Zuma. You know what I mean? Okay, fine. Going into it all, it could have been a distraction from what was really happening. You know, like right now, Konumchi a Cape Town dog who's homeless, has been homeless for God knows how long. You understand? Right now, I don't know right now because I've been out of touch with the news, but like last week or like last year, with December, dog, he was in court answering for the arson that took place in what is it? It is the parliament or something. Parliament, in Cape Town, dog. You know what I mean? This guy is homeless. Why him? Because he was sleeping right outside the parliament as it was burning. You know what I mean? It's like, isn't this the same thing that happened with Tumambush back in Marikana? You know what I mean? So me, fundamentally speaking, I am a revolutionary. I'm a Pan-Africanist at heart. You know what I mean? I am black conscious for days. That's why actually when you said, or one of your guys said black people, I was offended because I'm not black, I'm brown. But very late into last year, I actually discovered something very interesting which I've been using ever since. We are the people of the world's greater majority. There is no ethnicity, there is no race in the entire world. There is no group of people in the entire world that is more than what we have been taught to identify as black people. So we are the people of the world's greater majority.
And that right there is Maverick Renegade.
Facts.
What can you say?
Yeah.
What can you say? Makanya, when we have such people in the studio, sometimes you just have to let things sink in. When you speak, you think before. You can't just say something without understanding. So this is what I like about this guy here. So I have like 3 questions here. I don't know if you'll be able to answer them all.
Oh, for sure.
So the first one comes from Uzonke.
Okay.
Uzonke Uti, who is your support system? Actually, 2 questions. And do you ever write in Zulu?
Yeah, I do. To answer the second question, yes, I do write in isiZulu. However, I am not as confident in isiZulu as I am in English. But to answer your question, I'm actually going to answer it via a poem. So the title of this poem is Nokolo. Yeah. So it's very short. It's very short. So ulale ngokuthula noxolo. Imini yonke ubuhlalumile kanti bekuyoze kube yini. Ngizoma lapha ngenhla kwetshe ukuze ngibe yisikhumbuzo ukusa kuzongifica ngibheke ngawayizolo kwazise phela mabili ukube linye bengizolala lize lingene shiqo ulale ngokuthula noxolo wena obukade ungundabuzekwayo ungahlali phansi ngokwesaba amazolo namuhla itshe ligaya ngomunye umhlathi wena wengabade ubuthandwa yithi sonke kodwa ngicela ubekele mina indawo eduzane kwakho kwelizayo. What was the first question?
All day, every day. Hello, it's Katy Perry, and you're listening to
This is indeed the Blaqlife Radio, and right now you're chilling with Umastera Ohamba Nomfert Umakanya. Maverick Renegade in the studio. We're just chilling, we're just talking, we're just having fun. Yeah, we're learning a lot today. We're learning a lot.
We are learning a lot.
Which is an amazing thing to have, to experience namhlanje. Because sometimes you come to the studio, you have one of your sagas, and you're behind the mic and playing music, and you just not actually learning is a thing. So we thank you for that, Maverick Renegade. So right now it's just 1 minute after 1:30. Do you ever say it like that? Like 1 minute after 1:30? 2.
Exactly.
I said it right. Oh, okay. It's January 2022. It's a Saturday, very sunny Saturday. At the studio.
Very hot.
Extremely.
Show it. I see someone over this program, mind you. Okay, I see you. It's okay, it's alright. But I have another one here. You answered the English.
What was the first question?
It was, who is your support system? Yes.
My support system is myself.
Alright. No one else.
No.
Just you.
Yes.
You had it. There's no one else. Just him.
Just himself.
That right there, he proves.
This means that
proves
actually
again. He's a maverick. It proves again he's a maverick renegade.
Self-sufficient.
I mean,
Maverick.
Come on. But I hear you, and I understand. I hope you can understand the relation.
Because like here's the thing, right? Because this other Snoop Lion,
Oh, Snoop Lion.
before known as Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Because his speech, I saw a video. It was basically an acceptance speech. He was like, first and foremost, I'd like to thank myself for believing in myself.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So literally, that's where I'm at. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, I'm not gonna get into detail with it, but when I mean, I am my own support system,
Yeah.
I mean it. I'm literally my own support system. That's not to say everybody should be their own support system.
Yeah.
I have been forced by circumstance to be my own support system.
Yeah. That's really nice. Because I understand why you're saying that. I understand very well. I just hope Putin umuntu lalele understands that. Because sometimes, you ask an artist, who is your support system, and then they'll name about the money. But the truth is, when they go home, whenever they do something, they're like, the art, blah blah blah. You know those comments that they make.
Exactly.
So
like, why don't you get a real job?
Get a real job, you know. So I understand why you said that and why you say it namhlanje. What did you just say? Support system. It's also good. There's another one here. This is from Tandega.
Hey Tandega.
Hi Tandega.
Shout out.
Tandega is in Newlands, by the way.
Oh, hello, Makelwane.
Yeah. So her question is, what's your scariest experience?
Scariest experience is waking up in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay, let me pull myself towards myself because I just need to breathe. Whew. Okay, like when you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh my god,
It's another day.
Oh shit.
Can you explain that? Can you explain it? Why did you say that?
So literally every morning when I wake up anxious.
Yeah.
So obviously earlier on in the interview I did touch on the fact that I do have I experience or I survive with mental illness. Yeah, but so anxiety is part of it. You know what I mean? So whenever I wake up, I'm like, oh my God. I overthink. Like a lot of people say,
Does
I
that
overthink.
ever affect your work?
No.
It doesn't.
I think
affect how
my
you
work
Yeah.
is the way that it is because of the way that I am.
Sure.
I feel the way that I am is what allows me to be the artist that I am.
Yeah.
But I'm not an artist every minute of my life. So it supports my art, but it doesn't support my life. It works against it, if I'm being honest. Because a lot of people don't understand me. Hell, I don't even understand me like 50% of the time, you know what I mean? So I'm constantly under pressure.
Yeah.
So whenever I wake up, I'm just scared of how the day is gonna go. I start thinking, how is the day gonna go? What am I gonna mess up on today? You know what I mean? So I'm constantly thinking about how to make up for mistakes I have not made yet.
Okay, we hear you. Njengamanje mfowethu ifuthu lalela siyabonga. Thank you so much for listening to us, and thank you so much to Maverick Renegade. But right now, I want him to tell us when it comes to socials, where can we get him so that because we're having so much fun. Like I can't believe time is up. I cannot believe time is up. Yeah, it's awkward because we started late in so I'm looking at my watch, I'm like, what the hell is going on? But yeah, I can see it's can't see there. But on your socials, who are you?
Nkosinathi Maverick Renegade Mtuli on Facebook.
Yes.
On Instagram, it's A_hollowing. How you know it's the one for sure. My display name is Jankoch Basquiat, which may be more confusing, so stick to A_hollowing.
Yeah. I'm confused. Like, wow.
A bit of background. Jean-Michel Basquiat, he's the founder of pop culture as we know it. You might not know him, but go on Google Jean-Michel Basquiat. And then Vincent van Gogh, he was a fine artist. Both these guys are fine artists, but why I chose the name is because Jean-Michel Basquiat died of a heroin overdose at 27, and Van Gogh cut off his ear as an expression of love to his better half. So it's, you know what I mean.
That's very deep. Thank you so much. If ever want to buy your book,
you can get my book. Yeah, for sure. You can get my book at Adam's bookstores if you're in Durban. I don't know if we have people from other provinces who are listening, but if you are in Joburg, you can get it at. There used to be a bookstore called Africanista. I don't know if it's still there.
Yeah.
Hey,
we're exposing today. We are naming them. We are naming them.
I forget this bookstore, right? I forget this bookstore. But anyway, I'm hoping you go to it is in Durban. Adam's bookstores, or you can call me 073-727-1270.
Okay, that's fast.
Get you a copy.
That's too fast.
073 727 1270. You can call me there.
Yeah.
Or you can WhatsApp me on 067
067
041 0889.
Yeah.
Get yourself a copy. Now, the benefit of getting the copy from myself, number one, it's cheaper. Number two, you get a personalized autograph.
Yeah.
Plus, let me publish your book, yo.
Yeah, you heard him. And Indian Buffets and keeping what's in. That right there was Maverick Renegade chilling with Mastera and Fatima Khan. Having so much fun.